It's my first review for a Wahl clipper since leaving Wahl and no longer working for them, so it is a bit strange, but here's the thing where it gets a little sticky. Welcome back to Review Club, where we test, talk and tell it like it is. I'm Sam, and today we're looking at the Wahl 5-star Cordless Vapor, a tool that's been getting a lot of hype for its fade work, power and modern motor tech. But does it deliver? Let's get into it. Right, first impressions. I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling the look when this first dropped. It's slowly growing on me, but using the same mould as one of Wahl's dog clippers, that's not the best move for a professional tool. It gives it a bit of a novelty feel. Not in the box is a charging stand. Bit annoying, especially at this price point. I get that it probably keeps costs down, but for a day-to-day use, it's a miss. Fortunately, the team at Barber Connect sorted me out with a clip-in insert, so I've got it sitting on my regular stand now. All good, but something to keep in mind. The Vapor is loaded with pro-grade specs. It's got the F32 FADEOUT Blade, 50% more teeth than standard blades. Designed for ultra smooth feeding and getting those really clean fades. Personally though, I'm not really sold on it. The teeth are just a little bit too close together. It's brilliant for close work, sure, but it makes the clipper less versatile. Something like bolt removal or blending longer transitions can be a bit iffy. It is powered by a high-speed brushless motor that runs at 8,000 RPM with adaptive speed control and keeps power consistent, even through those thick and kind of curly hair types. That part is brilliant. Performance doesn't dip and it stays nice and quiet while you work. You get 2.5 hours cordless runtime, which is solid, but I never really see the point of that because you always have it on charge. But there is a catch: when the battery stops, it stops. No slow fade, no warning buzz, just dead. That seems to be the case with most clippers that use a chip system or adaptive control that I've used before when testing for Wahl. It's only 280 grams, so it's light in the hand. Reduces fatigue on long days, definitely a plus there. So performance wise, I think it's really good. Fades are clean, bulk work is pretty smooth, it does the job. The motor definitely holds up, even on denser, coarser hair. So it stays quite cool and quite quiet too. So it's appreciated by the clients. But here's the thing where it gets a little sticky. We're on our third unit at the shop. The taper lever has gone faulty more than once. Wahl's been good with replacements. It always has been. It's got great facilities, so it's no drama. But I have also had a few barbers reach out on socials saying the same thing. So let's hope it's not a long-term fault with the design, because everything else about the clipper, it's got something going for it. As per usual with most Wahl products, you get the guards. So there's no change here. You get 7 premium guards in the kit, from the 0.5 to a 1.2mm, and they're solid. Good quality, no cheap plastic feel, and they're the premium guards, so it's kind of what you expect now. It's pretty much standard across the whole range. If you're looking to pick up one, the Vapor is currently available on Solo Salon Supplies, and right now they've got 25% off, which brings it down to £126. So, I mean, I think that's pretty good. Even if the discount's gone by the time you watch this, you can still use my code SAM10 for a little off anything else you see on the site. Can't really say no to that. Alright, let's break it down. Pros: strong 8,000 RPM brushless motor with adaptive speed control, lightweight at just 280 grams. So it's easy on the wrist. 2.5 hours cordless runtime, super quiet and smooth in operation. Clean, bold fades with the F32 blade. Obviously you get the good premium guards, so that's great, always a bonus. The downside is stuff like the taper arm. Seems like that's a bit of a fail. So as you're brushing up against the head on a half, so when this is open, what happens is it slowly gets pushed back. So you can see it doesn't actually take much to push this back. And that's actually a fault seemingly inside the nut where you've got the kind of stopper within the system. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do about that. But it's not a known issue at this point. So I don't know, maybe it's just a bad batch. There's no charging stand included, which, I don't know, I think you just expect it nowadays. I do anyway, on a clipper like this, or any clipper really. The F32 blade, I think, limits flexibility. When you kind of come from fading from your kind of zero, you can zero gap these, so fading from your zero gap kind of up to your transition, it's just not working as the other clippers do. It's a little bit more inconsistent, or it's a little bit too aggressive. So it's either one of the two, which is really hard to kind of find a bit of common ground with it. Another one is when the battery dies, it dies. So that's quite common with these microchipped clippers. They're great at kind of speeding up. So a great test is you kind of try and stop the blade and it speeds up. So that kind of variable motor helps that, and the microchip helps that, but it kind of just recognizes that there's not enough power and then just stops the blade. Obviously what we've seen a lot online is the comparison to a pet clipper. I'm not really one for tearing clippers apart. Even when I worked for Wahl, we would test the unit from its beta stage to how these look now. I probably would have said people will recognize it as a dog clipper. And again, I wasn't really a fan of all the plastics on there, and I don't really get the kind of blue. But really do go check out the new limited edition they've done. It's just a completely different feeling machine. She held it and thought it was way better than this. So I think have a look at that. So where does this land in the review club lineup? It's my first review for a Wahl clipper since leaving Wahl and no longer working for them, so it is a bit strange. I've always been honest, even when I worked for Wahl, to them, the team, and anyone else, but I suppose maybe I can be a bit more aggressive now, or maybe I won't. But it's got serious power, a super clean fade, and a solid battery life, but it's not perfect. There are quite a few quirks, and that might be a deal breaker depending on your style and your setup. If you're doing bald fades all day and you're big on those and want consistent performance for putting in your baseline, it's brilliant. It's a modern clipper that really does that well. Then I think it's worth a look. Just keep an eye out for that taper lever, and maybe from a charge point of view, you might want a spare set on the side just in case. So guys, look, thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and hit the subscribe for more straight up reviews. Next time, we'll be looking at another powerful clipper in the range. I don't want to tell you what that is yet, but it's probably one of my favourites from Barber Connect. So that's it for now. It's going to be a spicy one, so I'll catch you at the next one.